Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave updates for Friday, August. Whoops. Hang on. Okay, back to the video. Sorry, that was a telephone call that I had to take. Okay, so this is for Friday, August 3rd. They have monster employment coming out tomorrow. So it should be a fun opening morning. Right now it's 9:30 Central Time in the evening, and as you note, as I noted in several videos before, it looked like on the daily chart the ES was moving above zero. On T1, it actually moved on T2, moved above zero. But I didn't like the pattern because it was hitting the upper channels on the right hand side. The upper channels were being hit on the 21-minute chart. So if we move this to a 2144 chart, if you remember, I noted that as these were making higher highs, these peaks on number one were making lower highs, and that continues to be the case on these past few days. And T4 is rolling over a little bit, so I'm really not big on the upside on this, at least for not the next few days. Now, I mentioned in last night's video that T2 on the 21-minute chart had crossed over at 1376, and my target for that was the 377 at 1355. Well, it opened at 1359 and hit 1355 within the first. Let's see here. Let's go back to a 1597 chart and. Whoops, wait a minute, where are we here? Hang on just a minute. Okay, I was looking around and found it. If 1590 on the 21-minute chart here on the left now, 1355.99 or 1356 got hit right on the opening. That was the target. And as you can see from the 1597 tick chart over here, it moves, it hit that target on the 377 on the 21. So you can expect some kind of a bounce because that's the 377 becomes a line in the sand here. And it moved up actually to the 377 of the tick chart of the 1597 tick chart. Okay, as a correlation to what was going on when this hit the 377, this is the exact point on T2, right here, this purple line, that goes above zero. Okay, another correlation. Hits the 377 on the 1597. This goes below zero. This is a buy, this is a sell. It dips below on the 21-minute chart. It goes down below it and starts coming back up. It goes above it on T2 again at about at 12:04 and into the close back up to the 377. Now this is already rolling over, so the 21 is still below zero on all the waves except for the extra long wave on T5. I expect this to roll over. I don't know what the reports are going to be for the monster employment report, but the confirmation that this is a barrier, the 377 is a barrier on the 1597 tick chart is when the T1 goes below zero. So that's when you'll know what's going to happen. Okay, I wanted to show you something else also. That overnight, I think that S&P was up Let me see here. 15. Overnight last night, I think the S&P was up like 6, 7, 800 points by 7:30 in the morning. And the call I made was for this to head down to the 377, which would have been a 15, 16 point drop. As it happened, it kept on going and it was like 19 or 20 points. My point is that I didn't know that hang on, I have some notes here. I didn't know that the ECB overnight decision on whatever rate or money flow that they were going to announce. I didn't know which way the decision was going to go, but from about 3 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the morning, and you can see by the end well, you can't see it on this one. Let me see. Let's do a 610 chart. You can see how this moved up after the close and up until 7:30 in the morning. It was all the way up to 1380, and then it started dropping. Well, T4 also started coming down also. So even though the 21-minute cash price was showing T2 below zero and T3 and T4 both about to go below zero, the anticipation of the ECB announcement in Europe drove the market up, and then it came down with disappointment right after that. So this was like this is early in the morning. Let me see here. This is very early in the morning here at 1382. And by the time it opened, it was about 1356, 1358. My point is that I didn't know what the announcement was going to be. I just knew the waves were signaling that it was going to go down. And I don't know how the waves know, but they know it more frequently, the direction it's going to take, than I can figure it out. So I just go with it. Also, one of the key indicators was the transports were down 90 yesterday. At one point, they were close to down 100 today. The Spain index, the stock market in Spain was down 4.5%. The European Union banks, Italy was down 8%, Spain was down 8 to 9%, and the Belgium and French banks were down 6 to 9%. So let's take a look at Goldman Sachs to see how Goldman Sachs was affected by this, because Goldman Sachs doesn't have too bad of a chart on the upside. Goldman Sachs, actually, T1 is above zero. And it doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't mean that these waves can't shift. So I moved to a shorter time frame one. And when T2, even though the daily looked all right, when T2 went below zero, on July 31st, my target for that were the tops of these last two resistance points. So my target was, if you wanted to buy it on the long side, the target was 98.5. As it was, it opened up and came all the way perfectly down to the 377, which was 97. So normally it probably would have gone down to 98 and then kind of dribbled down, but because of what happened, the ECB announcement, it crashed right down to that point. So that was actually, that exceeded my target by a point. Looking at Baidu, I have no feeling about Baidu. The only feeling I have that is if the market continues down, which I think it is going to do, then Baidu may hit 116, and then we'll take another look at it, which would be actually on the daily. That would be a retracement from all the congestion of the exponential moving averages here. Netflix continues to be decimated. I don't know if there's any news on that or if it's just bleeding itself out. It doesn't look good. It could have a snapback rally, you know, of 5 to 7 points like it has in the past. I would leave it alone. Apple looks a little bit iffy on the upside. There's a lot of tops going all the way back to the beginning of July. Kind of like a, let me smooth it out. Kind of like a giant box play. This is resistance, 588 resistance, and then it's a box play between 618. I looked at the 21 isn't giving me very many clues because it did go down from 607 to 600 when the T1 crossed over. And actually today I think it was down to 600. But I like looking at the at a tick chart of this. And actually a tick chart's showing a little bit of weakness, but I'm not sure about it yet. I have to wait till tomorrow to see how it reacts against the rest of the market. It made a pretty good snapback today, but I'm not really sure about Apple yet. On GLD, even though on the daily chart, T1, T2 is above 0, T3 is approaching 0. Let me see, well, a little bit. It went into congestion at the, let me see, the 89, the 233, and the 144, 233, 89, exponential moving average. More importantly, I don't use the daily as a trading chart, just as kind of like a general guide, but I do use the 21. And the 21 had a very firm sell signal on July 30th at $157 and about 25 cents. And the target for that was from 157 down to 154. And it looks like it came, that was the, I always use 377 as targets. It bounced up into the 21 period moving average and then rolled over again. This may pop up again. This is a resell if it gets back up to 154.80. So everything's crossed over. When T5 on the 21-minute chart, when both the short-term and the long-term wave in any given way are absolutely synchronized in the crossover, it's a good sell sign. If it crosses to the upside, that's a good buy sign. Okay, on Google, this has had a nice ride on T4 on the 21-minute chart, all the way up from 7/18, July 18th to today. Today it crossed over back over 0. So Google may take a leg down. If the market continues down, this is going to go with it, and Google might go down anyway. Target's 609 on this. Okay, I don't think I covered MasterCard yet, but MasterCard, as I've said in previous videos, it's over the shortwave T1 on the daily is kind of like just hovering 0. T2, T3, T4 is down. T5 keeps wanting to go down. So we can blow that up just to see what it looks like. Hang on, wait a second. Reset this. So every day, it just zigzags its way down. When that goes below 0, that's a big time sell. In the meantime, the chart on the right, the 21-minute chart, let me just get this back here. The 21-minute chart on MasterCard started going down on July 31st. Okay, so this is called rolling with the waves. Once T1 goes down, you see if it rolls into T2, you see if it rolls into T3. T3 is one of those perfect synchronized, each one of these has two waves to them. So this is a perfect synchronization of the two waves together going down, the same thing in T4, the same thing in T5. MasterCard does not look good here. According to the 21-minute and the the daily. So immediate target on this is 400. Now it doesn't mean that it won't pop up again, that T1 may not come back up again, but I don't like the way that looks. All right, let's look again at the S&P futures. The way it turned around here after it's been in a channel. Right now it's completely flat after being down 20 handles today, 22 handles, and finishing down 9.5, or 8.5, I think. It's been down another 200 overnight, which is nothing. They're waiting for the report tomorrow. My point is, because it broke through the 377 on the 21, and because of the way this formation of the candles, the spikes that are left up here, 1, 2, 3, 4 days of spikes. My target is at least the 144 exponential moving average, which is 1333, which would bring us down to this trend line of where 1333 is. You can see it came down. It came down to the 377, went below it, came back up. Well, actually, oh, you can't see it too well here. Okay, so my target is 1333. We'll see if it takes a bounce from there, but that puts it on the large chart. It puts it down here and over here. That may happen Friday. It may happen Monday. It looks like it's going to happen, and the 21 cash price on all the waves are confirming it. That's a wrap up for Thursday, for the Friday, August 3rd Triton Wave video. Have a good evening, and I'll see you at the next update.